everyone, and you're most welcome to this online platform Sushma Academy. Today in the series of most important 500 questions, we'll cover question number 271 to 290 of English literature. So let's begin the class. Question number 271 is Characters of Shakespeare's play is a book of criticism written by Charles Lamb, William Hazlitt, S.T. Coleridge या थॉमस de Quincey. इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? Right answer is William Hazlitt. Character of Shakespeare's play is an 1817 book of criticism of Shakespeare's play written by early 19th English essayist and literary critic William Hazlitt. Characters of Shakespeare's plays argues against a century and a half of criticism that show Shakespeare as a child of nature and deficient in art and full of faults. Question number 272 is which notorious critic of Shakespeare said that his plays were trivial and positively bad? And what was the title of work and essay? किस क्रिटिक ने शेक्सपियर के उनके प्लेस को ट्राइवल और पॉजिटिवली बैड कहा है और उसका टाइटल क्या माना जाता है? लियो टोल्स्टॉय on Shakespeare and Drama, George Bernard Shaw in Saturday Review, J.R.R. Tolkien in his letters, या Thomas de Quincey in On the Knocking at the Gate in Macbeth. What will be the right answer for this question? Right answer is Leo Tolstoy. In the essay published as On Shakespeare and Drama in 1906, Tolstoy called Shakespeare's plays trivial and positively bad, labeled his enduring popularity pernicious, and dismissed Shakespeare himself as an insignificant, inartistic writer who was not only moral but immoral also. He also mentioned reading King Lear, Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet and Macbeth also. Question number 273 is G. Wilson Knight, The Wheel of the Fire is a collection of essays on Wilson Knight's का The Wheel of Fire's collection है essays का किस पर based? Shakespeare's plays, T.S. Eliot poetries, Dante's The Divine Comedy या Gothic Faust. इसका right answer क्या होगा? Right answer is Shakespeare's plays. George Richard Wilson Knight इनका बोर्न हुआ था 1897 एंड डेथ हुई थी 1985 में. ये एक फेमस इंग्लिश लिटरेरी क्रिटिक माने जाते हैं जो कि पार्टिकुलरली जाने जाते हैं अपने इंटरपर्सनल ऑफ मिथिक कंटेंट इन लिटरेचर. द व्हील ऑफ फायर 1949 ये एक कलेक्शन माना जाता है ऐसे का शेक्सपियर्स के प्ले का. And he was also an actor and theatrical director and considered an outstanding lecturer also. Question number 274 is which commentator calls to Shakespeare's Hamlet and indifferently the lines but mean? किस कमेंटेटर ने शेक्सपियर्स के हैमलेट को indifferent play but mean कहा है? ऑप्शंस हैं अब्राहम राइट, टी.एस. एलियट, मेनार्ड मैट या जॉन कैल्विन. इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? राइट आंसर इज अब्राहम राइट. अब्राहम राइट पुट इट इन द 1630s. Hamlet was an indifferent play, the lines but mean, because the story of the death and the intrigue at the Danish court was not new. As with nearly all of Shakespeare's play, Hamlet was adapted from other sources. Question number 275 is A.C. Bradley's Shakespearean tragedy consists of dash lectures. A.C. Bradley की शेक्सपियरियन ट्रेजेडीज में कितने लेक्चर्स आते हैं? 23, 16, 12 या 10. A.C. Bradley was an English literary scholar and best remembered for his work Shakespearean tragedy. 1904. That is consist of 10 lectures. A.C. Bradley has provided a study of the four great tragedies Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth, which reveals a deep understanding of Shakespearean thought and art. Next question is the forest of Arden appears in Forest of Arden दिखता है All's Well That Ends Well में, Macbeth में, A Midsummer Night's Dream या As You Like It में. What will be the right answer for this question? The Forest of Arden appears in the famous pastoral comedy As You Like It, written by Shakespeare in 1599. और ये पब्लिश हुई थी in the first folio of 1623 में. In As You Like It, the Forest of Arden represents the country life and an escape from the corruption, while the Duke's Court represents corrupted city of life. Question number 277 is recollect Romeo and Juliet and state the meaning. My life is my foe's debts. Question number 277 is recollect Romeo and Juliet and state the meaning. My life is my foe's debts. Options हैं that he had to marry someone from whose father he had taken a loan, या that is someone was trying to kill him. Next is that he loved Juliet who was the daughter of the enemy of his family, या none of the above. इसका right answer क्या होगा? My life is my foe's debts. This line has been taken from the William Shakespeare's well-known play Romeo and Juliet in Act First, Scene 5th. According to this line, the hero of the play Romeo is forever in debt to his enemy for bringing him his love Juliet. So इसका right answer होगा that he loved Juliet who was the daughter of the enemy of his family. Question number 278 is in which country is the story of Othello set? शेक्सपियर की प्ले ओथेलो की स्टोरी किस कंट्री पर बेस्ड है? डेनमार्क, वेनिस, ग्रीस या इंग्लैंड? द स्टोरी ऑफ ओथेलो इज सेट इन वेनिस. इट इज अ प्ले बाय विलियम शेक्सपियर and believed to have been written in 1603. The play revolves around four central characters जैसे ओथेलो, beloved wife Desdemona, his loyal lieutenant Cassio and his trusted but unfaithful ensign Iago. The very first scene of his play opens the street of the Venice. is which play of Shakespeare is regarded as the tragedy of overleaping ambition? Shakespeare का कौन सा play tragedy of overleaping ambition माना जाता है? King Lear, Macbeth, Hamlet या Othello? राइट आंसर इज मैकबेथ. शेक्सपियर का प्ले मैकबेथ ट्रेजेडी ऑफ ओवरलैपिंग एम्बिशन माना गया है. विलियम शेक्सपियर पार्टिकुलरली हाईलाइट्स दिस आइडिया इन हिज ट्रेजेडी मैकबेथ because Macbeth's actions are the result of his own ambitions to be a king. Macbeth's reactions to the witch's prophecies is one example of his ambition to be a king. Macbeth's ambition leads to paranoia. Evils has finally resulted from Macbeth's ruthless ambition. That's why Macbeth is regarded as the tragedy of overleaping ambition. विलियम शेक्सपियर्स मेजर्स फॉर मेजर्स इस विलियम शेक्सपियर का वर्क मेजर्स फॉर मेजर माना जाता है ट्रेजेडी, कॉमेडी, हिस्ट्री प्ले या ट्रेजिक कॉमेडी. इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? इसका राइट आंसर होगा कॉमेडी. मेजर्स फॉर मेजर इज अ प्ले रिटन बाय शेक्सपियर एंड बिलीव्ड दैट इट वाज रिटन इन 1604. ओरिजिनली इट वाज पब्लिश्ड इन द फर्स्ट फोलियो ऑफ 1623 where it was Listed as a comedy, the play first recorded performance occurred in 1604. Measures for Measure is often called one of Shakespeare's problem plays. The famous quotes of the play is जैसे our debts are traitors, and second one is the miserable have no other medicine but only a hope. So इस प्ले की ये दो फेमस कोट मानी जाती हैं. Question number 281 is who among the following writers is the author of Doctrine and Discipline of Divorce? Option से राइटर Doctrine and Discipline of Divorce के author हैं. ऑप्शन हैं जॉन ड्राइडन, अलेक्जेंडर पोप, जॉन डन या जॉन मिल्टन. इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? इसका राइट आंसर होगा जॉन मिल्टन. जॉन मिल्टन प्रोस्ट्रैक्ट द डॉक्ट्रिन एंड द डिसिप्लिन ऑफ डाइवोर्स. ये पब्लिश हुआ था 1643 में एंड इट्स सेकेंड एडिशन वॉज पब्लिश्ड इन 1644. In it, Milton mounts a cogent radical argument for divorce, an argument informed by the concepts of personal liberty and individual volition. For Milton's marriage depends on the compatibility of the partners, and he argued that the most valid reason for divorce was that of incompatibility, though Milton argued for the ability to have a second chance of a marriage. Question number 282 is in which book of Paradise Lost does Milton refers to Agra and Lahore of Great Mughal? पैराडाइज लॉस्ट की किस बुक में मिल्टन ने बात की है ग्रेट मुगल के आगरा और लाहौर के बारे में? बुक 3 में, बुक 4 में, बुक 7 में या बुक 11 में? इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? इसका राइट आंसर होगा बुक 11th. बुक 11th in Paradise Lost, Milton refers to Agra and Lahore of Great Mughal in 1670s. Because the massive Lahore fort built, Lahore reached the peak of its architectural glory during the rule of the Mughals. Question number 283 is Milton in his Paradise Lost book first has written and justify the ways of God to man. What is the subject of the verb justify in the text of the poem? Milton की Paradise Lost book 1 में and justify the ways of God to man में justify verb किसके सेंस में यूज किया गया है? I, eternal providence, हेमनली म्यूज या स्पिरिट. सो ये यूज किया गया है आई. आई मीन्स मिल्टन्स मेन पर्पस फॉर पैराडाइज लॉस्ट बुक इज टू जस्टिफाई गॉड वेज टू मैन. मैन बिलीव्ड दैट वाज द spiteful and these were put upon a person and that they needed to ask for forgiveness in and justify the ways of God to man. I is the subject of the verb justify in the text of the poem. Question number 284 is who called Shakespeare sweetest Shakespeare fancy child? शेक्सपियर को स्वीटेस्ट शेक्सपियर फैंसी चाइल्ड किसने कहा है? मिल्टन ने, कॉलरिज ने, बेन जॉनसन या एर्नोल्ड? इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? राइट आंसर होगा जॉन मिल्टन. फेमस इंग्लिश पोइट, pamphleteer and historian John Milton called the Shakespeare sweetest Shakespeare fancy child in his poem El Allegro. El Allegro मिल्टन की एक लिरिक पोएम मानी जाती है जो कि पब्लिश हुई थी लंदन में 1645 में. As a part of collection the poems of John Milton, both English and Latin. Number 285 is the age of Milton when he wrote ऑन द मॉर्निंग क्रिस्ट नेटिविटी वॉज, जब मिल्टन ने ऑन द मॉर्निंग क्रिस्ट नेटिविटी राइट किया था उस समय मिल्टन की एज थी 21, 23, 43 या 47। इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? राइट आंसर विल बी फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन 21. John Milton was born 1608 and the morning of the Christ nativity was written in 1629. So according to this fact, we found that he was just 21 years old when he wrote this poem. The poem is very interesting and it indicates the contours of the Milton's imagination and his concerns at the start of his poetic career. John Milton was blinded in the year 1652. Both other event is peculiar in the year. जॉन मिल्टन 1652 में ब्लाइंड हुए थे. इसके अलावा एक अदर इवेंट हुआ था. पब्लिश्ड कॉमर्स, मैरिड, हिज वाइफ डाइड या स्टार्टेड पैराडाइज लॉस्ट. इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? राइट आंसर विल बी हिज वाइफ डाइड. जॉन मिल्टन was lost his eyesight in the year 1652 and his first wife Mary Powell died on 5th May 1652 from complication following her childbirth. And a few days later in June 1652 Milton's 1-year-old son John died. So the other 1652 was considered as one of the many personal losses for Milton. Question number 287 is the movement of return to nature has to do with. Return to nature का movement किस एज के रूप में जाना जाता है? The न्यू क्लासिकल एज, द रेस्टोरेशन एज, द रोमांटिक एज या नन ऑफ दीज. इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? इसका राइट आंसर होगा द रोमांटिक एज. द रोमांटिक मूवमेंट इन इंग्लिश पोइट्री इज जनरली डिस्क्राइब्ड एज रिटर्न टू नेचर. ड्राइडन, पोप एंड all their followers tensed nature alike, but their nature was not the same as the nature of the romantic. Question number 288 is the phrase willing suspension of disbelief is associated with. Phrase willing suspension of disbelief associated किससे है? वेरोन, केट्स, कॉलरिज या वर्ड्सवर्थ. इसका राइट आंसर होगा कॉलरिज. फ्रेज विलिंग सस्पेंशन ऑफ डिसबिलीफ ये एसोसिएटेड है कॉलरिज से. कॉलरिज फ्लोटेड द फ्रेज willing suspension of disbelief in Biographia Literaria 1815, where he referred to it as poetic faith. 289 is strife dramatizes. Strife dramatize करता है a drama between lovers and interpersonal relationship, a strike या a war. इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? इसका राइट आंसर होगा अ स्ट्राइक. स्ट्राइक इज द थर्ड प्ले ऑफ जॉन गोल्सवर्दी. इट वॉज प्रोड्यूस्ड फर्स्ट इन 1909 at Dukes of York's Theatre. Goldsworthy points out that the interest of industrial harmony, both capitalists and the laborers should work in union. He dramatized the strike by showing how industrial life got into stagnation due to these strikes. Goldsworthy का strife, when shown in the form of drama in 1909, it received with universal acclaim. Goldsworthy got the subject matter for strife from the rise of the English labor movement early in the 20th century. This movement gave the real power to labor class in the countries that were passing through the stage of the industrial revolution at that time. क्वेश्चन नंबर 290 इज एज ए ड्रामेटिस्ट जॉन गोल्सवर्दी बिलोंग टू द, ड्रामेटिस्ट के रूप में जॉन गोल्सवर्दी बिलोंग करते हैं रोमांटिक ट्रेडिशन, साइकोलॉजिकल ट्रेडिशन स्कूल, रियलिस्ट ट्रेडिशन ऑफ जॉन सेंट नेरो या ट्रेडिशन ऑफ एडवर्ड बॉन्ड। इसका राइट आंसर क्या होगा? एज ए ड्रामेटिस्ट जॉन गोल्सवर्दी बिलोंग्स टू द realist tradition of Jones and Pinero. Goldsworthy was an English novelist, playwright, and he was born in 1867 and died on 31st Jan 1933. In 1932, he got the Nobel Award in the field of literature, and his other works are The Man of Property 1906, The Silver Box 1906, Strife 1909, Justice 1910, and The Forsyte Saga in 1922. These are some important works of John Goldsworthy.